Hey, it's Doug with an opportunity to catch up with Emmy Award winner and two-time Golden Globe nominee, Dennis Quaid. We're going to talk music and a new project called Fallen, a gospel record for sinners. Dennis, thanks for the time.
Oh, thank you.
Well, I guess for full disclosure, I've loved everything that you've done on the big screen, and I'll fess up, I didn't realize that music has been a part of your life for like 4 decades.
Yeah, it's been under a basket for 4 decades, I guess. I've always had a band and stuff, and it's I played music all my life, and moved here to Nashville a couple of years ago, and the chance came to do a gospel record, which I think I was ready to do. So,
well, I'm curious, what love came first? Was the love for acting before music, or simultaneous?
It's kind of apples and oranges, and if apples, I like Fuji apples, and I like Tangelos more than I like oranges. So, but it's it's music is probably the first love, and it's also very portable. I can't be at home and do acting scenes. I mean, I could, but it's not something I would really do. Music, you got your guitar or your piano, and it's really easy.
Is it I'm sure it's a different energy, right? I mean, the energy of the live crowd versus there with just a bunch of cameras and directors.
Yeah, I mean, it's doing it in a live crowd. It's very much like theater. You have an audience, and it's presentational, and they're right there, and you can feel them, which is really great.
So the record is called Fallen.
Fallen.
A gospel record for sinners. So thanks for including us all.
Yeah, that's me. I wanted to take the churchianity out of it, and it's half of the songs are stuff that I grew up in the Baptist church with that I really love, those hymns, and Billy Graham's "Come as I Am," and things like that. What a Friend I Have in Jesus, and a few other things. And then five I wrote based on my personal experience and my relationships with like my mom and brother, and my relationship with Jesus.
Well, and I think we got a chance to get a sneak on that, right, for the I Can Only Imagine soundtrack. One of those songs is also
that's On My Way to Heaven, which is the first song that I wrote. I wrote that 30 years ago, and then I Can Only Imagine came along. They said, "Oh, hey, we could use this song in the movie. I think it needs a bridge." So I went away and I wrote a bridge in 15 minutes, and so it took me 30 years and 15 minutes to write the song. So, but it's there.
Well, does songwriting come easy, or is it?
Sometimes it does. Sometimes it just flows right out. Sometimes, it's something you develop, but it is an affliction, I think.
You can't get away from it.
You can't get away from it. That's when it's at its best, because it's when you want to do it and it's not there, that's the worst.
So are you like the notepad by the nightstand in the middle of the night, waking up?
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Yeah, it's more like the iPhone memo thing. That's where it's at these days.
I'm going to date myself here.
Yeah. Do you realize how many songs that don't get lost now because of you have a recorder
the technology
on your phone? Yeah.
So you're talking about the hymns that are on there, I'll Fly Away and others. Was it hard to narrow down what you wanted?
Yeah, it really was, because there's so much great stuff out there. But, I tried to pick like my absolute favorites, and lucky enough to get like the Oak Ridge Boys to come in, for some background. I mean, to really give it like the real deal on that.
That's nice, huh?
Yeah, that was nice.
Very cool. So in terms of, is there a song that you're proudest of on the project?
No, no, not really. But I really do like Fallen. That's the name of the record, and I guess that kind of rides over the record. It's kind of it's about a ride with the devil. That's really what it's about, kind of out of the prodigal son story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a firm believer that God puts us through things not only for what he wants to teach us, but when we're on the other side, what do you feel are some messages that you hope people take away from these songs?
Music is a joyous thing, really, and it's about we shared when we play music. It's a it hits us in a place that's about the joy of being alive. That which we have no words for, can only experience. And if they take away something, fine. Just enjoy it. If you want to sing along, whatever people want to take from it, I just hope they enjoy it.
Well, I know this is coming out July 28th.
Mm-hmm.
Gaither Music Group.
Yeah.
Make sure we drop all the right names.
Love them.
That's awesome. So is this the first of many, or is it too soon to say?
Well, there's going to be all kinds of records. I've got a long backlog of stuff that's just itching to come out there. So
in between the movies is the music, so there's nonstop.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's about a half and half now.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I guess to segue into a movie or something, do you like jelly beans? Are you a jelly bean fan?
I hardly ever was, really. I don't like the texture of jelly beans myself. And, Ronald Reagan used jelly beans to quit smoking. He was a smoker up until the 60s, in fact. But he was something else to play. And that movie is coming out the first of next year.
First of next year, Reagan.
I think President's Day, it's going to go wide.
Excellent.
In fact.
Well, I know as I've heard people that have found out about this, and even they see your photo there on the website, they're like, I could see Quaid doing that.
Now. But that's like, I couldn't see myself doing it when it was offered to me. I'm telling you, it's like fear went up my spine because he was my hero, to begin with. And, I had to get that out of the way because you want to play the person.
Right.
And it was quite a process. But I really felt I really got close to him, and just learning so much about him. We got to shoot at the Reagan Ranch.
Wow.
Which is not a tourist attraction. It's where they lived, and their clothes are still in the closet, like they just left. And we're doing these scenes that actually happened there, and it's a pretty amazing feeling.
Were you one to immerse yourself in a lot of just like watching the videos for cadence and nuance, all that?
Yeah, all that. All of that.
All of that.
Yeah.
No shortage of Reagan.
Right.
That's awesome. Well, so you're in I Can Only Imagine Other Faith-Based Things That Have Happened. What is your thought on faith films in Hollywood? I'm always intrigued by that. Does Hollywood feel like there is a need for that, or does
They're waking up to it.
Okay.
That's the truth. They're waking up. They've really come a long way. I think faith films, when they were first kind of around, if you want, they're a lot better technically, and the scripts are better, and you had people coming in that the stories are great, and that's what it's about to be, is the stories. When I read a script, it's the only time I get to be an audience member, with a first time experience of that. And the Irwin brothers have done a lot for faith films. And I in a way, I don't like to even categorize them, as this is a incredible movie and a great story that everybody can relate to, that leads you to that is a Christian themed movie. But I think Hollywood is waking up to it. I can only imagine when it was coming out. Hollywood tracks all this stuff and tells you how much a movie is going to make before it even comes out.
Right.
And
right.
like the week before it came out, they were saying, "Oh, it's going to do $2 million, and this is going to take everything, but this one's going to do $2 million." We did $17 million in the first weekend, and they didn't know what to do with themselves. So I think it had a lot to do with them waking up, because they sure appreciate the dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. The green is understood in Hollywood.
Yes.
And I think we've always said, if you want more faith films made, then try to take advantage of the ones that are out there.
Exactly.
And to your point on the Irwin brothers, I mean, they've done
they're
some excellent
a
work.
force.
Yeah.
They're a really great force, a very positive force now in the world. And, the Jesus Revolution was what a fantastic
Huge.
movie that was.
Yeah, yeah, very cool. Any faith films for you down the road that we can?
We've got a few in the basket, that are, you call it faith films, or they're aspirational in the same manner. It's just let's call not hiding your faith films.
Not hiding your faith films.
Yeah, how about that?
Hashtag. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm loving that.
All right.
Be who you are,
There you go.
and this is who you are.
Yeah.
All right. And we're both fallen, a gospel record for sinners.
There you go.